Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Naa. Today we are looking at asymmetric designs. So far the patterns we've worked on are in symmetric form, so the left side looks like the right side. Now today we're going to work on asymmetric designs. We want to know how pattern makers get those beautiful designs which run right across the block. So that's what we'll be doing today. So stay with me throughout because I'll be dropping tips as we go along. If you're new here, welcome, and do well to subscribe and join the family. Turn on your post notifications for the many videos we are yet to upload. And let's go to my table straight away.
Here, so, and then the beginners, for everybody to understand it. I'm going to go step by step. This very first project, we are using the slash spread technique. For those of you that are new here, I've covered the techniques in earlier videos, so just go to my earlier videos and you'll find the techniques covered extensively. Right, so now I've just drawn a line in the middle of my paper, and then I'm sorry about that. Now I've placed my block on it. This will be the center front of the pattern, and then I'm going to trace around it. This first project, we're using the slash spread technique, and with the slash spread technique we just trace everything out and then cut it out of the paper. So this is my bust, so I'm tracing everything out. With all the markings in place, so indicate the dots. This is my bust point, and then of course this is my last line. And when I'm done, I take it off, mark everything, indicate the dots, and then flip. I'll just flip my block and trace out the other side. Yes, other side of the block. So that's it. So I have the two sides marked, both sides, both the front and the back. So I'll just trace the side as I did for the other side, right? So I'll trace everything with all the markings in place. Good. So that's what I have here. I have everything marked out and traced, and I've cut it out of the paper because we're using the slash spread technique here, right? So the second tip, so the first tip is to work in full view. The second tip is to move the interfering dots out of the way to a safe location, and then when we work out our style line, we'll move the dots back into the style line to be absorbed into them. Well, the armhole is quite a safe place to move the darts to, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to move. I'm just checking my light. Let me give a bit of a brighter light. So I'm going to move the darts both sides into the armhole. So I have the armhole here. I've just indicated this as my new location. That's it. So starting with any of the darts. So first I slash through my new location to the bust point, right? So I can move my bust dart. I'm moving the bust dart. I'm going over this, to help the those who are new here. I'm doing this quickly. I've created the hinge, so I slide this underneath the bigger piece and then tip it down. So I'll just move the bust dart into the armhole. So I'm going to close the waist dart and then send it to the armhole as well. So here you are. Close it. So I'm taping it quickly. You can, as I said earlier, you can find all this in my earlier videos. Right, that's the slice spread technique. I've covered it very well. And so again, I come here. This is our new location here, which is the armhole. I'm moving the waist dart quickly into the space. I slash a bit through it too quickly. So here you are. Close this, and then I close that. Then I'm going to close the bust dart to the bust point, and then I close it. So now I have both. I have the darts on both sides in the armhole. Darts on both sides are now in the armhole. So now, yes, so now the coast is clear for us to, draw our style line. So for this first project, I'm going to pick a style line from here. These are very well-known style lines, very interesting style lines. And then for this side, I think we'll pick a style line from here. Good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer these dart excesses into these style lines. This will be our asymmetric style line, or asymmetric darts. So here we are. I'm going to close this one quickly. So I'll go to the bust point, and then I'm closing it. I'll close it. I hope you can see it. Hope my camera is capturing everything. So here you are. Voila. I've closed it. So I'll tape it down quickly. Remember, this is a slice spread technique throughout. I'm using the slice spread technique throughout this first project, right? So the dart excess in this armhole has now been transferred into this space, this style line, as this dart. I'm working on the second one quickly. Right, so I'm closing it. So you can see the dart. So now you can see the dart excesses in the armholes now transferred into the style lines. These are asymmetric style lines because they cut right through and across the center front line, right? So we'll go on to the second one, where we're going to combine the techniques. This first project, purely slash spread. The second one, I'm going to combine the two techniques for us to see how to do it. So whilst I'm at it, like and share, and then definitely indicate whether you like my video. Leave a comment. Just leave your comments down there. So far we've covered 2 tips. Let me know what the 2 tips are in your comments, and then let me also know whether you are subscribed, because I'm working out something for my subscribed members, those who are really helping to grow this channel. I have something for you. So indicate whether you are subscribed. Just let me know whether you are subscribed. You are subscribed on this channel, and then give me the tips as we go along, right? So the second one, I think I moved this pretty quickly. The second one will be combining, okay, let me do that here. We'll be combining the techniques, right? So I'm going to move the darts out of my way quickly by using the pivotal transfer technique. So I have my center front line here. That's it. And then I have my block here. I'm doing this again because of the beginners. There are beginners here and there are new people here too. But otherwise, you find these techniques in my earlier videos. I've covered them. So I'm going to go quickly over this because I know you can find the comprehensive tutorials in my earlier videos, right? So now I'm going to move these darts into the armhole using the pivotal transfer technique. So again, this time there's no slashing. I'm not going to cut through anything. I just move from the bust point onto my card and then onto the paper, right? And then I'll move the bust dart first. So I go to this dart, like quickly extend it, and then trace out the stable part quickly. Yeah. So I come to my waist dart and then quickly extend this dart leg, and then trace this out. So I'm ready to move to close the darts and then effect the transfer. So the first, let me take this down a bit. I hope you can see, right? So the first one, I'm going to quickly close this bust dart. Is gone, all right? And then I'll extend those darts leg and of course close and then trace out the remainder. I come down, come to close the waist dart area. This is the waist dart, right? You can see. So I'm going to close. I just closed it. And I extend the second dart leg onto the paper from the block, and then I trace out the remainder. Before I remove my block, I'm going to check. That's it. So you can see the two darts are right here, and so I connect the dart legs to the bust point. Good. So you can see the darts are gone. The waist dart is gone, and then the bust dart is also gone. So I'll just flip my block, because I have the markings on the other side, and then repeat it. Do the same on this side, right? This is the new location, it's in the armhole, and then I go through the whole thing again as I did for this side. So quickly, I have this, right? So I have this. You can see the darts have been moved into the armhole using the pivotal transfer technique. So now we're going to complete this using the slash spread. So the third, that brings us to the very third, the third tip. The third tip is that when you work in asymmetric design, the front of the pattern is the one on top. So we're going to place the pattern on the fabric with the top looking up. So the first tip, full view. Second tip, you move the darts, the interfering darts out of the way. And then the third tip is that the front of the pattern is what we see. This is the top of it, right? So this is how it will be placed on the fabric. So how you want it is it's exactly how you complete it, right? So now let's choose something also. Let's say, for instance, that let's take this is also a favorite of pattern makers. Yeah, I have a style line here, and then I'm going to connect the second one to this bust point right across. So you can see the style line goes right across the center front line, making it asymmetric, right? The left does not look like the right. the left side of the block does not look like the right side. But so let's complete it with using our slash spread technique. So this time we're going to slash through. So I'm going to work on this first. And to close it. So I'm taking my time here. I'm going to close this. That's it. So I slide this gently underneath this to close the dart excess which I had earlier transferred into the armhole using the pivotal transfer technique. So I'll close this. We have the dart excess in this style line. So let's work on the second style line quickly. So I cut right through the style line to this bust point, and then I go to my dart in the armhole, cut through it, and then transfer it, close it. So by closing it, that's it. I've closed the dart, and then you can see it's right there, transferred into the style line. So let me just tip it quickly. Taped, yeah, good. So now there we go. So I'm going to take out the armhole quickly for you to see what it really looks like. Voila! There we go. So trim off this fluff in the armhole. Voila! So here we are. We have the style line. Very beautiful style line. So you can see the two armholes are now closed. The dart excess in the two armholes are now closed, and the dart excesses have been transferred now into the new style lines, giving us this effect. So let me tip it. You know I love tipping a thing. I want you to see what it looks like. So let me tip this for you to see how they're finished. So here we are. I've taped the two. Now this is the second one, which is the combination of the techniques. This is what we combined: the pivotal transfer first. In moving the darts into the armhole, we use a pivotal transfer technique, and then completed the style line using the slash spread technique. This is it. You can see the three-dimensional shape emerging beautifully. So that's it. And then this is the first project where we use the slash spread technique throughout. So you can see the markings of the the original, the locations of the darts as they were originally before they were moved into the armholes and then transferred into the style lines. So you can see the style line here right across. So now we have the 3 tips. Indicate in the comments. Let me know what the 3 tips are, and then let me know whether you are subscribed. Thank you very much for staying with me throughout. I am putting something together for those who are subscribed, because I would like you to work with me as I go along. I like you to work with me. I don't want it to just be a tutorial and then I go off. I want you to work along with me, so I need to know the people who are subscribed here. So indicate if you are subscribed, please say you are, and then let me know what the 3 tips for in working with asymmetric designs are.
This is what one looks like. I've pinned this up for you to see what it looks like, and then the other one is like this is the pattern. But I've pinned this one up for you to see it. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and see you in the next video.